Hey everybody, Iris Sirianni here, and today I would like to talk to you about what it is that you want from a relationship. So if I asked you, describe your ideal relationship for me, what would you say about your ideal relationship? What does it look like? And it might go something like, well, I want to be able to have children. I want to be able to start a family. I want to get married. I want to find my soulmate. I want to be able to travel the world with somebody. I want to be able to share my life with somebody. And those are all really valid things to want in a relationship. But what about the part of how do I want to feel in a relationship? Because when you think about it, there are millions of people in the world who you can start a family with, who you can get married to, who you can travel the world with, who you can have fun times with. But not all of them are going to make you feel the way you want to feel. And you've probably already experienced some of this for yourself. You may have been in relationships where you both wanted the same things. You both were looking for your soulmate. You both wanted to start a family. You both wanted to travel the world, but you didn't feel very good in the relationship, did you? So when it comes to describing your ideal relationship, it's important to understand how you want to feel in the relationship, because how you want to feel in the relationship is going to get you closer to having the harmony and the connectedness in a relationship. So let me go into this a little bit deeper. So when we think about relationships, we think about all of those things that we want to have in the relationship. We want to find our soulmate. We want to do all these things. We want to have good times. We want to laugh, and we want to have all of those things that we want to have, and those are great. So let's talk about how we want to feel in a relationship. We want to feel stable. We want to feel secure. We want to feel heard. We want to feel understood. We want to feel like we can trust our partners. We want to feel like they trust us. We want to feel like we have good communication. We want to feel like we're 50-50 in the relationship. Those are all good ways of wanting to feel. We don't want to feel fear. We don't want to feel anger. We don't want to feel resentment. Those aren't feeling good type of things in a relationship. Not to say that those things aren't going to creep up from time to time, because even the healthiest of relationships aren't without challenges from time to time. It's just how the couple communicates and works together through those challenges. So let's get back to how you want to feel in a relationship. So if I ask you now, describe your ideal relationship. What does that look like now for you? I want to find a partner who I can get married to, who I can start a family with, who I have a 50-50 relationship. I feel that he or she is my equal. There are times when I have to give a little bit more, and there are times when they have to give a little bit more. I want to feel like I listen to them and that they listen to me. I want to feel like we have fun times together. I want to feel like we have really good open communication. I want to feel settled. I want to have all of that trust thing, right? So when you actually think about what it is that you want and need and how you want to feel in a relationship, what does that picture now look like for you? Because oftentimes what happens is if we don't actually give a little bit of thought to that and add on top of that knowing who we are. It's important to know who we are and what we need and what we want from a relationship, and also what we are able to give in a relationship. With relationship, it's not always about what we can get. It has to be what we can give to a relationship as well. And during those early times in our relationships, if we don't have a good sense of who we are, what we need, what we want, what we're willing to give, how we want to feel, we're not going to be able to openly communicate that early on in the relationship when you're getting to know each other. And we end up getting into relationships, I call it through osmosis, right? Just the mere fact that you have fun times together and you have a few things in common, or you don't have much in common, but you have, let's say you have a thing that you do together that kind of is layering what's underneath that isn't quite in alignment. And I hope that makes sense to some of you. Some people get into a relationship where there's a lot of, partying going on, right? So it's the whole partying atmosphere that keeps the relationship elevated, while underneath there's no strong foundation to build a good relationship on. That's kind of what I'm trying to describe here. So when you first get into a relationship and you just kind of start interacting with the people and you're not paying attention to what you need, what you want, how you want to feel, and things like that, you're going to ignore warning signs. So let's go through a couple of examples here for clarity. So let's say you meet somebody new, and when you are first going out on the first couple dates, you notice that that person shows up late, and there's no apology. There's just like, oh yeah, here I am, let's go. And you're feeling like, well, you're like half an hour late. What the heck, right? But you go and you ignore that and you go on the date anyways, and you have a great time. And then you're listening to the conversation and you notice that there's a lot of underlying hostility in the conversation when they are talking about an ex, or a person at their work that is really pissing them off, or just things like that, or an argument that they may have had with a parent or a sibling or something like that. And you just notice how you're feeling as you're having this conversation with them, and it's making you feel uncomfortable. But you get back to the date at hand and how you're feeling while you're on this date with this person. And then you get a little bit schmoozy, and things are, you're having fun, right? And then the date ends and you've got this underlying, well, I don't really like that really made me uncomfortable. But they brought flowers and they paid for dinner and we had a lot of laughs and it was good, and then you go on another date and the same patterns of behavior show up, but you're focused on the fun things that are going on and that desire to fill that empty space in your heart. And before you know it, you are in this relationship and you've got all of those things that you're kind of ignoring, some bad behavior that doesn't really float with you, but it's not so bad. And so you keep moving forward in the relationship. And that is a way that you, number one, ignore yellow and red flags and end up falling into a relationship that isn't going to be right for you. And being able to have that inner awareness of how do I want to feel is really, really helpful, because if you're feeling crappy when you're around somebody and there's a contradiction between how you want to feel and how you are feeling, you're going to be able to say, if this is how they are now, this is how they're going to be then. If somebody is showing up late for dates, not showing up at all, exhibiting hostile behavior, talking bad about other people, and putting themselves on a pedestal, those are all behaviors that aren't going to go away once you go in a relationship. And when you think about how you feel in those situations, is that how you want to feel in your relationship, or do you want to feel something else, right? And for most people, they want to feel two-way communication. They want to feel 50-50. They want to feel loved. They want to feel respected. They want to feel heard. They want to feel understood. And reciprocally, you want to be able to give that to another person as well. And people will show you who they are when you first meet them. And it's not necessarily so much about what they say, it's about what they don't say. And it's like putting your money where your mouth is, right? And are they saying one thing and doing another thing? There's a huge disconnect there. And you feel it. You feel it in your body, whether or not you like this or you don't like this. And this is where you have to have a strong sense of who you are. It's this whole self-love thing. And I know that self-love is a big buzzword out there, but the more you know and honor who you are and you know yourself, the more you are going to be able to pay attention to those things that don't make you feel good and that you don't want to take with you in a long-term committed relationship with you. So that wraps up this video. I would really, really love to hear your comments about what it is that you want and how you want to feel in a relationship, and even comments about how you kind of pushed how you felt in past relationships to the wayside just for the sake of filling that void in your heart and for your eventual goal to have children, start a family, find your soulmate, whatever that may be for you. So I would love to hear your comments. If you are a subscriber and you're coming back and watching this video again, thank you so much. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here. And if you're new here and you've enjoyed this video, please comment, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload more video. And until next time, have a beautiful day. Bye.